Hey, what is up, y'all? It's your girl Danielle, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Danielle Price. I am a personal development coach, and I help women reduce stress and anxiety in their personal and professional lives. Y'all, I cannot believe it's the end of January, and already we are getting ready to go into February, and I have something very special planned for y'all in February. But I have been doing this glow up guide, and I have really enjoyed this. So what I want to talk about today is I really want to talk about how I am learning to, or how I have learned to prioritize my own external appearance, right? And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to be married and I'm a mom and I was in the military and, but at my heart, I'm a Jersey girl, right? And so for a lot of my life prior to all of those things, I loved dressing up. I loved doing my makeup. I loved doing my hair. I was always switching my hair up. I was always doing my makeup. I was always going out looking cute. I was the girl who had like 30 pairs of heels and probably only wore 4 or 5 of them. But I loved shopping. I loved looking my best. I loved putting on just to go to the grocery store. But since I've moved down south and since I have, almost kind of lost my way when it comes to who I am and what it is that I like and what it is that I want in my life, I realized that, I kind of need to get back to that, right? Because that Jersey girl, that fiery, fierce girl still lives on the inside of me. You just can't see her, okay? Because she's underneath all these down responsibilities. And, sometimes I also have some limiting beliefs about, am I showing up too much? Am I too dressed up? Am I, flashy? And let me tell you something. Sometimes I will never move back to New Jersey, okay? I don't ever want to go back and live, okay? It's too expensive, too cold, even though it's cold here right now. But what I would say that I missed is that everybody kind of just put on, right? It was almost expected of you to put on. The stores that were there, I remember I used to go to downtown New Brunswick where it was close, because it was close to where I lived. And there were stores that like were Fashion Nova before Fashion Nova was even a thing, right? And it was good quality stuff. And I remember me and my best friend at the time, we would always go shopping. We would always be taking care of ourselves, spending money that we did not need to be spending, right? And, once I joined the military and I became a mom and a wife, and I found myself in this cycle of really losing myself, I'm tired of being that girl. I'm tired of looking like what I've been through. And some people may say, girl, you look great, you look fine, appreciate you. But I remember what I used to look like, okay? I remember how I used to feel, how I used to dress up, and how confident I used to feel. And so I'm working on really getting back to that. But I'm no longer that 20-year-old girl, right? I'm no longer single. I'm no longer, living alone. Like I have to split my paycheck with my child and with my household bills. And so what I want to share with you all today is how I am glowing up on a budget, right? And one of the main things that I try to drive home is that you have to have your own personal goals. You have to decide what it is that you want to work on within yourself, and then take small steps, or what people call activity goals, that lead up to your desired end result, right? So very briefly, what I did at the end of 2024/beginning of 2025 was that I wrote out the vision for who I wanted to be this time next year. So by December 2025, this is who I want to be. This is what I want to look like. And this is where I want to be financially. This is what I want to have in my social circle. This is how I want to feel. And I was very specific. And so from that, I put it into ChatGPT. If you watch one of my videos, I might link it over here somewhere. If you've watched one of my videos, I just put that into ChatGPT, a little synopsis of it, and asked for it to spit me out a routine and some habits that I needed to implement into my life so that I could become that woman, right? Because it's one thing to have that goal and to decide this is what I want to do, this is who I want to become. And it's another thing to actually say, I'm willing to do what needs to be done. I'm willing to implement the habits that need to be implemented and become just a part of my daily routine so that I can become that girl. Okay. So we are not just all talk over here. We are about that action. Okay. But I'm living on a budget. Okay. I'm balling on a budget. And so one thing that I've had to realize is that during this glow up journey, it's so easy to think that you have to spend all this money and start from scratch. No. Okay, if many of you all are probably around my age, or maybe a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger, depending on who you are. And so about 2009, 2020, when we were in our 20s, okay, maybe up to like 2012, 2013, the natural least the girlies had us being product junkies. Okay, we were trained to just buy new stuff all the time, and we had money to do it. Sometimes, we had less responsibilities. We didn't have a mortgage. We didn't have children. And so we were almost like socially trained to be consumers, right? And if one thing worked better than that, throw away the whole thing. Don't just add to it, right? Throw the whole thing away and try something new. So I really had to ask the Lord to deliver me from that, because I'm going to start with my skin, right? I've always had really good skin. And I've been so blessed to not have hormonal acne, cystic acne, anything like that. As a matter of fact, when I was in high school, which was many years ago now, okay, I remember people used to think that I wore makeup, that I wore foundation. And I'm like, no, I don't. This is just my skin, right? And so I've always been into taking care of my skin. I do wear makeup. It's very, very light. Like, I have makeup on right now. I don't even really want you to even know I got on makeup. Okay. That's the goal, is for y'all to not know I have on makeup. Okay. But I know that before I can put on makeup, I have to take care of my skin. So as I've gotten older, I realized that aging skin is a thing. Okay. If you are in your 20s, baby, take heed and start anti-aging early, okay? Because as you get older and you gain weight and your hormones get all over the place and you got life going on, it's a whole different ballgame, okay? They are not playing when they say to take care of yourself when you're young. I think I'll do a video on that. And so a couple of months ago, I started using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost cleanser, right? That was the only thing from the line that I had purchased. And I was like, okay, this works pretty good. It was doing well. But then I realized my skin was getting a little bit rougher. And I was like, okay, so I need to get something to exfoliate, okay? So just to show you guys, and I have products here in front, so if I'm reaching, child, that's what I'm doing, because we still new to this. But this is the cleanser that I use. Nothing here is sponsored. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, and what I do is I just keep it in my shower, and because that's typically where I wash my face, and that's what I was using at first. When I realized that my skin was getting kind of rough and kind of, wasn't as smooth as I would like it to be, instead of trying to do something different, child, and throw everything away and say, oh, the system's not working, I just bought more of the system. So what I did was I ended up purchasing the Hydro Boost Exfoliating Cleanser. And this began to, really help me with the dry spots, because I have combination skin. And again, I'm not no beauty guru. I'm simply just showing y'all what I do. Okay. That's it. A little personal touch to the channel. And so I added that to my routine. And what I realized is that it really began to really smooth my skin a lot more. Okay. So I was like, okay, this is working great, but I need something to take off my makeup. Child, instead of going and buying something different, I got the micellar water, okay? Because the thing about these systems is that they're meant to work together. And so I got the Hydro Boost micellar water, and this is what I use at night to remove my makeup. I just put it on a little cotton swab, or little cotton, like little round cotton thing, and I just, gently wipe off my makeup, and then I will typically double cleanse when I decide to, because sometimes I don't. I don't know why my camera is acting weird. Come on and focus, child. Hold on, I'll be right back. Like I was saying, I added the micellar water so that I could remove my makeup, right? And so it was going well for a little bit. I was using a certain moisturizer, but I noticed that as it got colder outside, that my skin wasn't skinning the way I needed it to, okay? And what I did last year was that I actually had like rose oil that I made, and then I also made body butter that I could use on my face. But I didn't want to make that this year. This year, I don't want to make body butter this year. So what I decided to do was that I almost fell into the trap of buying something new. Right, I almost fell into the trap again, and I was looking up new skincare systems at the beginning of the year, and I was like, okay, well, I can go ahead and just toss the system that I've been using that's been working, right? And I can just go ahead and start fresh. I heard the Lord say, girl, put that phone down. The system you have has been working. You just need to add to it. Think about what your problem areas are and see if the system itself already has something to address that issue. Well, my issue was moisture, right? Moisture and feeling like my skin was supple, and I was missing a serum. That's essentially what I was missing. And I used to use serums before, but serums can be expensive sometimes, okay? And sometimes, you don't want to spend no money on some serum, okay? So what I did was that instead of throwing away the entire kit and starting fresh with something new, I decided to add the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And y'all don't ask me what these things do. Okay, I'm just showing y'all what it is that I do. And this adds more moisture. You know what else I did? I decided that I was going to change my moisturizer because it clearly wasn't working. And I just bought another one. Now this one has this system has like a water moisturizer. I don't want it. I don't like it. I've used it before and I didn't like it. So I just went back to Old Faithful, which is Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. And then I also went ahead and added back in a sunscreen because when I was watching videos on creating your skincare routine and really like how to improve your skin, I heard a dermatologist say, if you are not using sunscreen, don't even bother. Don't even bother. So I went ahead and got me some sunscreen, and I got Black Girl Sunscreen. It is is SPF 30. Y'all should be very familiar with this. And this is Old Faithful for me. But again, this is expensive. This is like $15. So, that's that. And I didn't say this before, but I do use a toner. You've been using the same toner for years. It's the Dickinson's Pore Perfecting Toner. Sometimes I use the rose water one. It really just depends on what they have. But this is the one that they had, and I just put a little bit on my hands because my hands are clean when I come out the shower, and splash it on my face, let it dry, and then I start with the serum and so on and so forth. Okay, so the very last thing is that because I'm getting a little bit older, I'm 35. Okay, your girl is 5 years away from. Well, really, technically, I'm really 4 years away from 40. But 30's been good to me, and 40 is going to be even better. I realized that I started having like under eye issues, right? And again, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. I just need a little something to kind of brighten me up a little bit. So I went to Target and I started getting these eye masks. It's open because I've been using them, but I started using these aloe vera eye masks, and I focus on products that have hyaluronic acid in it. If I look like I'm looking down, the camera's showing me down here, but anyways. I focused on products that have hyaluronic acid in it because I realized that does very well for my skin right now. Also, I will just go and get regular old masks, from Target that are very simple, right? It's really more so about the experience for me sometimes, as opposed to, okay, I want this to smooth and firm my skin. Child, I want to slap on a face mask and lay down, okay? Because I need it. And then the last thing, I've been doing much better at taking care of my lips because your lips age too, honey. So I sometimes use lip masks. I only use these maybe like once every 2 months because I don't really like them very much. But I use this one. I think this one has hyaluronic acid again. So it's very important to take care of your lips as you get older. And then at night, what I use this is a dupe. I forget the name. It starts with an L. And I can see it, but if I remember, I'll put it down in the comments. Not in the comments, in the description bar. But I use a strawberry overnight lip mask. Again, this is a dupe. I don't know if y'all can see that. Well, I got it from Amazon. It was like $5. It's a dupe, right? So it's not. It mimics a product that is a little bit more expensive. And I used to use that product. I cannot think of the name of it. Oh well. I'll put it down in the description bar. But it was good, but it was almost like $20. And I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. So what I do at night is I just put a little bit on my lips, just like chapstick, and I go to bed. That's it. And I wake up and my lips are nice and supple. I don't have anything on my lips right now. So yeah, that's essentially what I do. Now, continuing with the theme of skin, right? I'm thinking about summertime and I want my skin to be glowy. I want it to be even. And because I work out and because I've been in the military, I have, some scars and sometimes rough skin and in certain areas. If your thighs rub together, child, them thighs are kind of, they might get a little dark, okay? We gonna keep it real. We might, them thighs, the inner thighs get a little dark because, you thick thighs. You got thick thighs. They can start a fire. Okay? And I'm sorry. Thick thighs save lives, okay? But what I realized is that I want my skin to be a lot more even, right? Because I have like strawberry skin, like strawberry bumps and stuff like that. So these are things that have happened over time. So they're not going to go away with just one product one time. And so what I started investing in is the Olay, again, hyaluronic acid. And what I'm going to do actually this month, going into February, is I'm actually going to get glycolic acid because I heard that's really good for your skin too. So, and what I do is I take that body wash. I have a silicone brush that I just use to use all over my body to exfoliate. It's gentle enough for you to use every single day. It's not super harsh or abrasive. And this doesn't have any exfoliation beads in it or anything like that. So it's very easy to use. I just keep it in my shower. It dries off by itself. I'm trying to make it easy. Okay. So that's something that I do. Now, the last three things that I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about these feet, honey. Okay. Because listen, I'm getting real personal, okay? So y'all better like, comment, and subscribe. You want to, okay? Come on and join the tribe. We are transparent. We are open. We are vulnerable. We are honest. And if you don't like it, then this is not the channel for you, okay? So I typically get my feet done in the summertime. I do not worry about getting my feet done in the wintertime as much as I would love to. I have other priorities. And because, if you own a house or an apartment or you live by yourself, that heating bill goes up in the summer, in the wintertime, okay? Because you're using all that heat, okay? And you're using more lights, okay? So, that money that I would typically spend on getting my nails and my toes done, I will use for my heating bill. So what I do in the fall and the winter time until I go get my toes done again is I focus on making sure that I don't accumulate a lot of dead skin on the bottom of my feet. Because if y'all are not careful and it's cold out here, your skin will become or the bottom of your feet and your heels can become very hard, right? And can develop a lot of callus. So what I do is that this is not the one I use in the shower. This is my spare one that I have not used yet because y'all ain't finna cancel me. Okay, y'all ain't finna embarrass me. But I use this pumice stone in my shower. This is not this one, but I use a pumice stone in the shower. And I just lightly buff the back of my heels on both sides, the side of my big toe, and then like the balls of my feet. And then I go on about my day. I literally do that every day. And the bottom of my feet are extremely soft because I'm just taking a few seconds of my day to go ahead and just buff the back of my feet so that if ever I do need to wear open toes, I can just do my own toes because I do have a pedicure set and a manicure set. And I don't have to worry about the back of my feet being cracked and ashy, okay? So we're talking about prevention here, okay? And then two more things, and then we're done, okay? Two more things, and then we're done. I know y'all enjoying this, so hopefully you're enjoying it with a glass of wine or cooking or something like that. So I have been into perfumes for a while. I didn't know what kind of perfume I liked. For some reason, I thought I was supposed to like floral scents. I've never really been into floral scents. I'm like more musks, more like woody scents, like bergamot. I like sandalwood. Like I like amber. Like I like things that are a little bit richer. So what I did was that I invested in Scentbird. Scentbird is a subscription based. Again, this is not sponsored. They need to sponsor me. But anyways, it's a subscription-based fragrance company where you take a quiz online, and based on the answers that you give online, they send you monthly fragrances, right? And you can plan up to like 6 months in advance. And so they come in little tubes like this. They come in the mail, and sometimes I use them all in a month and sometimes I don't. Some of these I've used a lot of, and some of them I have not. So it really just depends. But I have yet to get one from Scentbird that I don't like. I think there has been one that I feel like smelled like a bathroom, but then I think it like began to kind of like grow on me. But I think I ended up throwing it away because it was like it smelled too much like a bathroom for me. So again, if you're trying to ball on a budget and you're trying to still glow up, getting something simple as Scentbird can not only help you continue to have fragrances on hand, but can help you find your signature scent. Because if you like one of the ones that Scentbird sends you, you already know the name, and then you can figure out where to buy it, and you can buy that one, and then you can just cancel Scentbird. Okay, so just something to think about. So the very last thing that I want to talk about is oral health. Okay, because again, my smile is everything. Look at that. I get a lot of compliments on my smile. And as I've gotten older, I have actually begun to have issues with the back of my teeth, with like my back teeth. And with cracks, cracks in the old fillings. And then, it's been a whole lot. We'll put it that way. Okay. It's been a journey. All right. But one thing that I realized is that I kind of let that part of my life go because it was never a problem before, right? So I wouldn't floss as often as I should. I know. Y'all don't come for me, okay? I wasn't using mouthwash. I would wake up, brush my teeth, brush my tongue, and go. And I didn't have any issues. It wasn't until I started having issues that I was like, I should probably spend a little bit more time and energy and effort into taking care of my dental care, right? Taking care of my oral health, right? And so I've always been interested in oil pulling. I've heard of people swishing their mouth with coconut oil and how it was really good for your gum health and how it could help rebuild enamel and, help minimize the risk of plaque buildup and stuff like that. So I didn't get coconut oil, but what I did was that I went ahead on Amazon and I got the Guru Nanda, and it is a coconut mint pulling oil. I have seen this advertised quite a bit, and it took me a while to really get into it. Now, what I would tell you, this texture ain't all that great. Okay, the texture ain't all that great, but the benefits of it, my teeth are whiter. The bleeding that I have been feeling that I have been dealing with in my gums since having a dental procedure has drastically decreased. And overall, I just feel like it's actually worth it. Now, the instructions say to start at 2 minutes and work your way up to 10. I can't see myself. I cannot see myself swishing my mouth with oil for 10 minutes. Okay. I can't. But what I will say is that, I put it on for 3 minutes and I put a timer on. I make sure I floss beforehand. I put a timer on and then I swish as long as I can stand it for. I'll typically be watching something or scrolling on social media and I'll just as long as I can. And then you spit it into a trash can and then you brush your teeth. Okay. Do not spit it down a drain. Now it's oil. You will ruin your drains. Okay. But it is extremely beneficial. And it has whitened my teeth. It has eliminated some of the pain that I've been feeling. A lot of the pain that I'm feeling is just because we need to finish this procedure that they started and have not finished yet. So I hope that you all found this video helpful. Listen, your external appearance truly matters, okay? Because, as within, so without, right? So if you are neglecting your external self, it is typically because you are neglecting your internal self. Good Lord, let's try that again. If you are neglecting your external self, it is typically because you are neglecting your internal self, because how you feel on the inside is always going to radiate outwards, right? And so I didn't just get to this place where I was like, okay, well, let me redefine myself and, I feel better about myself now. No, it took some time, right? It took some time of me really breaking down how I lost myself, what I lost about myself that I now want to reclaim. And then it took me time to really rebuild my confidence and the skills that I needed and the mindset that I needed in order to now become that woman again. So that I can not just feel like her, but that I can look like her. If you are currently on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself, you need to pick up my workbook. It's called Becoming Her Again, Reclaim Your Best Self and Never Lose Her Again. It is an interactive workbook of over 40 self-reflection exercises and journal prompts that help you get back to the best version of yourself. Listen, the you that you have always supposed to be already lies on the inside of you, right? You just need some structure to your routine. You just need some structure to asking yourself questions. You need specific questions to help you get back to the version of yourself that does take care of herself, that does prioritize herself. And trust me, this product is something that I went through on my own. I had to go through a certain process mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to become the woman that could even sit here in front of y'all today. Because, baby, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, where would I be? I could tell you and I could show you, but I don't have to because I'm not her. I'm not there. Okay? And so the book is, you can check the description bar below and the link for the book will be there. It's a 5-step process that I created. And it starts with the truth, right? Why are you where you are right now? Where are you right now? What are you happy with? What do you want to change about your life? That's really the more of like getting ready to set your goals, right? And then it talks about how to prioritize your health and your wellness, right? It talks about are there any traumas in your life that you feel like are negatively affecting you? If you could talk to a therapist right now, what would you talk about? Are there any physical concerns that you're having? How is your period, right? It talks about vitamin deficiencies and are there any vitamin deficiencies that you are aware of that you are not taking supplements for? I wish I had talked about that in here, but that'll be a whole nother video. And then the third step is all about creating your dream life. There's a quick visualization exercise in there to help you decide what kind of life it is that you want to live, right? And then the next step is to rediscovering the best version of yourself, how to rediscover your je ne sais quoi, your essence, what makes you, that feminine thing about you. How can you add more joy and fulfillment into your life so that you can become the woman that you know that you've always been? And then the very last chapter, which I always say is one of my favorites, is building better habits. Because in order to become the woman that you want to be, and in order to do and accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish and to live the life that you know that God has designed for you, you have to build better habits. You have to build better routines. And that's exactly the goal of this book. Listen, I really appreciate y'all for sitting through this. I hope that y'all enjoyed this more like, less structured video. We got some ums and some ahs and some hey and some, it is what it is. I hope that you guys enjoy this. Hopefully this is almost like we were sitting on FaceTime, because that's really how I want things to feel. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. You want to come and join the tribe. If you are interested in working with me and you want to book me to speak, or you're interested in any coaching, make sure that you check the description bar below that you can see all of my links. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Pretty Brown and Poppin', and make sure that you be and know that you are her. Okay? Know that you deserve peace. Know that you deserve joy. And know that you deserve love. You deserve all the time, energy, and effort that you give everybody else. Make sure that you have a phenomenal day and don't let anybody ruin you or your day. Okay? I love you. Have a great day.